When last we left Carbonation, its leader, Eligio Bishop, better known as Nature Boy, was in jail awaiting trial for false imprisonment and revenge porn. Quick recap to refresh your memory. Carbonation, formerly Melanation, is a new age spiritual group that believes in polygamy, vibrations, and vibes, man, and a back to nature lifestyle. They support Black empowerment and believe that melanin is magic. The group centers on a charismatic leader, Eligio Bishop, who has led them since 2015. Bishop's teachings had gradually become darker up until his arrest. They have been located in Hawaii, in Central America, various places, and are currently in the state of Georgia. The trial is in DeKalb County. Carbonation had believed that the United States is Babylon and that the system is out to get them. Now, Nature Boy maybe should have taken his own advice here because Judge Stacey Heydrich has sentenced Bishop to life in prison without parole. He was found guilty on all charges. Okay, so this is a breakdown of all the charges and the verdict from 11 Alive. He's found guilty on all of them. So we got rape, false imprisonment, revenge porn. Pretty bad.
I would have been inclined to exercise some discretion had Mr. Bishop shown any remorse, guilt, or regret throughout this process. And I saw nothing during the trial but for him laughing and cutting up.
Now, this case is really complicated because it wasn't cut and dry. Carbonation argues that they were not allowed to submit evidence that would have exonerated him. They posted this to their YouTube. Now, Bishop has 30 days to appeal the decision. Just because Nature Boy Bishop is in prison doesn't mean his days as a cult leader are behind him. He could have an even better career now. Many great books have been written from prison. Now, hopefully he takes this opportunity to reform his beliefs and become a truly spiritual person. As we remember from the last video, Nature Boy used his position as cult leader to lord his power over his followers. He made them fight each other. He pitted them against each other for his love and things like this because he may have had issues of his own, certainly was not the most spiritual person. And of course that came across. Of course, this was all available on YouTube for the whole world to see. And he was unrepentant. During the trial, he wanted it delayed because he accused the judge of spreading COVID. That was not permitted.
You have a mask, I have a mask, we have hand sanitizers, the jurors are fine with it, counsel's fine with it, we are way more than 5 feet away from each other. You're trying everything you can to not go forward with this trial.
Because I'm not being treated fair.
Okay, you are entitled to your opinion, Mr. Bishop, I'm not going to argue with you, but we are moving forward with the trial.
Now, we see Bishop being confronted by people who he cannot control, particularly his female judge. Remember, at his house, everybody around him was just in awe of his brilliance. And now he gets out of that environment, the cult leader out of that environment, and she don't want to hear it. Other people are not in your cult. Everybody is not in your cult. Now, a lot of people will say that a life sentence without parole is too harsh for what he did. Certainly his followers say that. Did they use it to make an example out of him? Did they use it for future cult leaders, or are they just now finally prosecuting coercive rape as it should have always been prosecuted? The entire trial, there were followers coming to the witness stand and trying to defend him, saying we were in a tribe. This was not a cult. Cult is a tribe. It's not. Just because you're in a tribe doesn't mean you're not in a cult. Nevertheless, current members defended Bishop of rape and tried to explain away the violence.
They like drama, so we gave them drama so that we can slip the message in, so that we can slip the 5 sciences into them.
Now, we know they lied about the explanation of the violence because a member said that it was done for show, that they got the idea from Will Smith and Chris Rock. One problem, that slap hadn't happened yet.
You realize the Chris Rock slap was March 27th, 2022, right?
I'm not aware of that.
So it was after this incident occurred.
He has 30 days to appeal. I gotta say, just to be honest, I was not expecting a sentence this severe. Now, as I see it, Nature Boy has 2 options if his appeal fails. 1, he can use prison to improve himself and to drop his vices and to become a real spiritual leader. Or 2, he can use prison to show how persecuted he is, to paint himself as the victim, and to draw more people into his cult and exploit them. I want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but the former spiritual leaders who were in prison were not in prison for revenge porn. You know, they were in prison for going against the system, for trying to speak out. It's different here. Nevertheless, from our perspective, from an outside perspective, it will be difficult to tell which one of these he is actually doing. So questions for the audience, now that this is wrapped up or almost wrapped up. Did he deserve life? Do you think the state of Georgia did the right thing? And is this the tax evasion charge they needed to put this guy away? Let me know.
Are you happy?